That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.
Welcome to the restricted section. Oh my god, what the heck? It's the middle of August. It's not even supposed... It's happening. Just deal with it. Just sit down and listen. It's gonna be a good time. I am delighted to be joined today by my beloved co-host, Grace.
Hi.
Hello. I've missed you all summer when we haven't been talking this whole time.
Yeah, exactly. It's been so long. What the heck?
We were at happy hour together 1 hour ago, if you couldn't tell from the way I slurred
Too
my
long,
words just
too
then.
long, if you ask me. I have separation anxiety. Okay, go ahead.
And we are so excited because today is, you've all been waiting for it, an epic, eldest, ethereal crossover episode. We are joined today by our friends from over on Of the Eldest Gods. Charlie, hello.
Sup? What's going on?
Okay. I see you're matching my enthusiasm.
I was gonna say, that was such a Charlie, answer.
Sup. And Taylor, there you are. How
Hello,
are you?
I will pretend to be awake. Yay!
You're doing so far, so good. You're acting awake as hell. Like, I'm totally
Honestly,
convinced.
wow. Chuck Taylor, right before my eyes.
The ship come alive.
Couple.
Here, I'm gonna move Charlie next to me on the screen. I love Zoom. I can move everybody around.
Charlie, Taylor, in case there is anyone who listens to the restricted section who hasn't yet heard, will you please sum up what Of the Eldest Gods is all about?
We
It's a
talk about
podcast.
Percy Jackson books. Yeah, it's a podcast.
It is a podcast. It's a PJP, Percy Jackson podcast.
But, we do it a little differently than Restricted Section does, even though it's the same, chapter by chapter.
No, they do it so much better. They have, history, and they use Wikipedia. It's really good.
It's a
Well
lot.
researched.
We just read
official.
Wikipedia to our
We
audience.
use Wikipedia. It's great. We basically just go on deep dives half the time.
Catch me going in and editing all of the Wikipedia pages.
To prank them?
Yes.
Oh,
You
God.
gotta read quicker than that
The thing is we often know, enough about what we're talking about.
to flag what's wrong.
To be okay, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the Greek myths we cover aren't necessarily, the well-known ones. So we talk about, the Greek myths that everything is based off of, and I nerd out about, wood alcohol being poisonous and shit in my histories.
It's awesome. Their podcast is awesome, and frankly, I love it so much. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I just finished reading Percy Jackson probably by the time this episode comes out. And damn it, it's such a good fucking book series. No spoilers, but it's good. Oh, oops, spoilers. It's good. So listeners, you might be wondering, what are we doing? It's August. You said you weren't coming back till September 1st. I thought I had 3 full months without you to take a little break from the chaotic energy. You're right. No, you're totally right. But this is a very dope crossover episode that we've been looking forward to for a long time. If you're looking for an introduction to Of the Eldest Gods, we actually did a crossover with them on their show as well. That's coming out tomorrow. So that would be a great starting point if you are... I'm kind of out of breath because it's so fucking hot up here.
Christina's air conditioning is broken at this
Broken.
time. Okay.
It's hot. It's hot out
PSA.
there.
You live in Virginia. Gross.
Man, the amount of humidity between my thighs right now is gross. What was I even saying? So yeah, that would be a really great place to start if you're thinking about getting into Of the Eldest Gods. Also, guess what? This is... Whoops, the unofficial start of season 4, because next week we'll be releasing our Goblet of Fire introduction episode along with some listener emails and Ask Me Anything questions. And we're very excited about that. Grace will join me for that one along with Brooke and Mary Payton. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Is that what I said?
We're excited.
See, this is why I put my schedule in the public shared folder, because y'all all seen it. And then the following week, which is September 1st, we'll be starting Goblet of Fire, and I'm super excited. But okay, wait, I was looking at the schedule today, and even though we're starting the Goblet of Fire on September 1st, we're not going to get to the first task until mid-January.
Wait, what?
The fuck?
Isn't that bananas? This book is so long.
Shit, now I have to, like, look at your schedule, because now I'm, like, stressed about that. What?
Yeah, it's a bonkers long book, but we have some incredibly awesome returning and new guests lined up for season 4, which I'm very excited about. Also, while I have you here, whoops, you're trapped, sorry. Now would be a really great time to join us over on our Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can support the podcast. That's really meaningful to us. That helps us get things done. For $5 a month, you can get our monthly bonus episodes, which no offense to the main feed, and this episode is definitely an exception, but the bonus episodes are the best. They're so fucking funny. And this month we released 2 Lies and a Truth. Just came out on Saturday. If that sounds wrong, it's because it is. There's not enough.
Which one was a lie? We don't know.
We make it fun. Before that, we did Harry Quoter. Really proud of that title. We've also done some Behind the Magical Bastards and stuff like that. And we may be covering My Immortal in an upcoming episode. So now is the time. Now is the time to join us on Patreon. So thank you so much, everyone, for allowing me to make that diversion. What we're doing here today is we're sorting Percy Jackson characters into Harry Potter houses. Tale as old as time. And I'm so excited to get into it. So I hope y'all know the Hogwarts houses. That's a direct quote from Charlie's notes. I'm assuming that was Charlie from the Attitude.
You for the second part of this, you wrote down like all of the cabins and everything, and I was like,
it's a lot of cabins.
I don't think we need to spell out what the houses are.
That was really helpful to me, Charlie. Okay.
Just as a reminder, the Hogwarts houses are Hufflepuff first. I'm going to rank them in order of my preference. Ravenclaw probably second, and then Slytherin and Gryffindor are tied.
Tied for
I
last.
just realized we have one of each on this call.
We do.
Oh.
Holy
Are you
shit.
a Slytherin, Taylor?
I'm a Slytherin.
You're kind of like Brooke, where you're like a Ravenclaw Slytherin cusp in my brain.
Yeah, and I'm the Slytherin.
You're the opposite.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, well, okay, so we're divergent.
You almost have to be a Slytherin when you grew up in a family as large as I do.
That's true.
Resourceful.
Yeah.
With our powers combined, we're going to sort the Percy Jackson characters into Harry Potter houses. I mean, let's start at the beginning. Very good place to start.
Yep.
Percy Jackson. I think y'all know my opinion about this. I've tweeted
You
about it
know
before.
my opinion about this.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot on the show. I want to hear Grace's opinion before.
Let's start with Grace.
Oh no. Okay. Well, it's the Chosen One vibes. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Okay.
it's like automatic Gryffindor, but I also feel like there's like a puff. There's a puff in there too.
Here's the thing. I think that Percy is a Hufflepuff. To
So do
his
we.
core.
And we're
but
both puffs.
he's put into a Gryffindor situation.
Yes, exactly.
But just to remind everyone, not to call you out, Grace, but I think it's important context that Grace has only read the first book, which is totally fine. Like, don't even worry about it.
I'm not even worried about it, but also I'm a little worried about it. Okay.
We only chose characters that are in the first book. Don't we?
Okay.
Yeah, because we also don't want to do any spoilers for the listeners.
Yeah. Yeah, just so everyone knows,
Grace.
I have only read the first book. I did just purchase the rest of the series, though, so I am planning on reading the rest very quickly. So I'm really
You
excited
can do
for
so
that.
very quickly.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a fast read.
You may or may not hear Grace and Christina on our next season of The Eldest Gods. I don't know.
The Eldest Gods.
Maybe.
Perhaps,
Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah.
The name of y'all's podcast is so sexy. It's
It
like
is.
good. It's good to say, you know.
It is good.
Of the Eldest Gods, as the prophecy foretold. We won't get into the prophecy. I'm a little prophecy traumatized right now.
I also just love the idea that I made for our bonus ep show.
What?
Against all odds.
Ooh. I love that.
Just a little teaser there.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Do you want to wait? Do you want to give a more specific teaser? I don't know.
Nope, that's it.
That's
We'll
it?
give it-
We're gonna let it sit.
You'll have to listen to tomorrow's episode on our channel to learn more.
Okay, hell yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
And that's how you plug.
So I guess my official sorting was Griffin Puff. Or maybe
Okay.
Puffendor. I don't
Let's
know.
just say he's not a Ravenclaw.
No,
Oh my
Correct.
god,
He's
no.
100% correct.
you know,
I mean, that brings us to our next character. Go ahead.
You know, because I've been involved in the fandom for so long, and I've seen people sort Percy into Slytherin, and that just kind of like pisses
That
me
upsets me.
off.
Maybe
don't
maybe
agree.
Heroes Percy, I could see an argument, but I wouldn't.
Let me reread Heroes before we get into that too much.
I
Yeah,
don't think
I'm just saying,
sly,
like, I could
cunning or
see
ambitious.
but no.
I don't remember almost any of Heroes of Olympus. I remember one thing, and it is at the end of a book, Rick writes a cliffhanger.
Oh, yes, I'm glad you remember that one thing.
That's all I remember. That's the only image I have in my head, and I'm just like, God, I gotta read them out of this one.
That's my favorite book of Heroes, just so you know.
Yes, same.
Sorry, Grace.
That's okay.
It's a cliffhanger.
Oh.
Wink, wink, nudge,
Yep.
nudge.
It's a cliffhanger.
Okay. I assume.
I'll cut that out. So anyway, saying that Percy is staunchly not a Ravenclaw brings us to our next character, naturally, Annabeth Chase. I mean, I think she is a Raven. I think she... Okay, wait, let me read a quote from the Discord.
Oh, okay.
Let me read a quote from the Discord.
All right.
Annabeth Chase reminds me so much of Taylor. Brilliant, curious, fascinating, witty, lovely, dry-humored, and tired. So tired.
And I responded with, emphasis on the tired.
So, to me, Annabeth, I think it's like your instinct is Ravenclaw, but I could also see her as a Slytherin.
I staunchly believe she's a Slytherin.
Yeah, so Charlie and I both have her as a Slytherin.
Okay, talk about it a little bit.
I think that's
for
more
very much
influenced
the
by
same
later
reason.
books, but...
Okay.
For very much the same reason as you described her as me.
Yeah.
A lot of the same, like, abusive upbringing. I mean, I don't know how, like, we have our opinions about her upbringing on the show, so you can check that out, but...
yeah, it's complicated.
Like,
Just a bit.
the idea of you have to be ambitious and cunning in order to sort of survive in your world, and while we're both very intelligent women, in order to use our intelligence, we've had to, dig our way out of situations.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
and I genuinely believe most Slytherins have a little bit of Ravenclaw in them, because in order to be ambitious, you often have to be intelligent in order to get what you want. Unless you're Crab and Goyle.
Yeah, I think that, like, in terms of Ravenclaws, there's, like, an Annabeth side of the Ravenclaws, and then there's, like, a Luna Lovegood side of the Ravenclaws. There's, like, that's the two kinds.
Yeah.
And, like, Haley, for example, is big Luna Lovegood energy.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I know that was a compliment. But
It is.
Yeah. Man, I gotta get this off my chest. I know I said that I recently reread the Percy Jackson series. That's because this episode comes out in the future. I am about 100 pages away from the end of The Last Olympian, which is the last book in the series. And it is, frankly, already so hard for me to not talk about the things that have happened in books 2 through 5.
You gotta keep it in. We have to keep it in every single time we talk.
It's like so fresh. Like the Percy that I am being so intimate with right now is like a totally different Percy. And a totally different Annabeth, and there's like things I want to cite them.
It's
fine.
I have to say, I'm very proud of Charlie and I for the lack of spoilers we've managed to do this so far.
God.
Like,
it's
honestly,
actually a miracle.
And honestly, when I'm editing, I do not actually cut that much out.
That is very
We
impressive.
do like maybe 20 seconds of spoilers. Just be like,
Yeah.
oh
Just,
yeah, it's like
get
this
it out of
thing,
your
right?
system
Like
a
this
little
thing
bit.
happens
Yeah.
later.
It's
Okay,
literally
yeah.
like just
Yeah.
confirming with each other's stuff. We're not all spoilers all the time.
No, I know. Dumbledore dies. It's fine.
Please.
Oh, we spoil your books on our show all
Dumbledore
the
died
time.
in Percy Jackson, just so y'all know.
Oh yeah.
I knew it!
It is funny how much there is like not a Dumbledore character in Percy Jackson. I think that, and like I'm not even accepting arguments for Chiron because like no, that's a bad.
We
babysitter.
actually talked about that when we
Yeah.
first like meet Chiron as like a centaur, and how like he's what Dumbledore should have been
Yeah.
to Harry. Like
I just
he's
think they're
sometimes
both wrong.
He's sometimes unhelpful.
Dying.
Yeah,
But he
He really
doesn't
cares.
do anything. He's just like, yikes, rough one, Percy. Go fight a war. Here's a sword. And it's like, whoa.
yeah, like he's sometimes unhelpful, but for the most part, he like will give. But he's governed by these Olympians, where it's like
The ancient laws
like,
of the
he-
Eldest
Do we just want to,
Gods.
like, sort him as we're talking about him right now?
True.
Oh no, we gotta do Grover first.
I think he's a Hufflepuff.
Well,
sorry.
Grover's a
Not-
Hufflepuff.
Wait. I think Chiron's a Hufflepuff.
Oh.
I was going
Okay,
to say
but I-
Ravenclaw.
I have Ravenclaw
I was also
too.
going to
Wait.
say Ravenclaw for Chiron.
Wait, I'm putting the brakes on entirely. Grace, what do you think about Annabeth?
Oh shoot.
Oh, okay. Well, because I can't ever make a decision, I was like Ravenclaw / Slytherin,
Okay, so same vibe.
but like probably mostly Raven. Based
Yeah,
on
it's-
like what I know from the first book.
Yeah, it's like
valid.
I'll accept that Annabeth is an ambitious Ravenclaw or like a very intelligent Slytherin. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or like a very
right.
intelligence not the right way to say that, but like a very studious Slytherin.
Yeah. I mean, I have my opinions on Percy and Annabeth's sorting definitely comes into play with, like, their fatal flaws, which we don't find out about till later, but...
To me, Percy's fatal flaw is evident from the beginning. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, Taylor.
You're good. My big thing with Annabeth, and sort of goes back to the like upbringing, sort of causing things, is she has more street smarts than I think a normal Ravenclaw has.
Yeah.
I just read a thing. That's fine. Where Annabeth is on a street. It's fine. Being smart. Okay, it's fine.
You're having
It's
an
fine, it's fine.
existential crisis about this.
It's really hard. Like, I'm at the point in the series where when I'm reading and Sean, like, tries to talk to me, I just glare at him and I'm like, this is the last book. Do you see how many pages I have left? And he's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, see, Joe doesn't respect the fact that I'm reading, so it's because he doesn't read books.
I don't
Yeah.
respect the fact that he's joeing. Sean doesn't read books either, but I think I've gone off on him enough.
Yeah, you gotta teach him.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's like,
So-
this book will smack you.
We're coming up on our 3rd anniversary, and I have never seen him open a book that wasn't like assigned
my
for
Dude,
school.
Sean's reading his 2nd book since I've known him, which is almost 6 years now. But it's like, it comes.
But he's into it. He read
He
it.
is?
He read it in front of us.
Yeah, he fucked off to go read it.
Yeah.
While we were watching Puffs.
Yes.
Okay, I would love to move on to Grover, and I feel like my take is hot, so let me hear some other people. Grace, what do you
I think the obvious choice for Grover is Hufflepuff, and so like that's where I'm at. But I would
Okay.
love to hear your hot take, honestly.
Well, Charlie Taylor, what do you think about
Hufflepuff.
Grover?
I have a puff.
I think that Grover to me is big Neville energy. I think he's a Griffin puff. Like,
Okay.
his
Valid.
I
I
here's
definitely
the thing.
see it.
Here's the thing. He really becomes more of a Gryffindor, if you ask me. There's a couple key things that he does, like standing up when it really matters. It takes a great deal of courage to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends
Yeah.
situation. So I would cast him as a Gryffindor, but like a real Neville underdog doesn't get hot until the last book.
Yeah, I think so too. I think in the first book, I
He's a
remember
baby.
there are some fears of failure happening, and I know everyone has that, but I think, that's a real Gryffindor vibe.
Definitely the unafraid of toil bit of Hufflepuff is like definitely Grover.
Yeah.
I just bought a shirt for myself yesterday that has a Greek bust kind of Helga Hufflepuff, and it says "Unafraid of Toil," and I'm really excited about it.
That's cool.
Taylor, Charlie, do you have a hot take? You're okay.
Well, I just want to say, Grover's greatest ambition is to become a searcher. And
Yes.
what are Hufflepuffs?
They're good at finding.
They're particularly good finders.
Ooh. Done. It's done.
Is that from a Harry Potter musical, or is
Yes.
that from?
It's a
okay,
Potter
'cause
musical.
I have not seen that yet, but I've heard the joke enough to know.
Yes.
So Grover's a Gryffindor. No, a Grifflepuff. Wait, a Griffin puff.
I like Huffledore better.
A Huffledore.
A Huffledore.
I like Huffledore because he's more Hufflepuff than Gryffindor.
I like Huffledore because it sounds like an old-timey piece of furniture. Like when I was in 7th grade and I was reading To Kill a Mockingbird for the first time, and I was like, what in God's name is a chifforobe? It's like that. And then next to the chifforobe is a Huffledore,
Yep. Yep.
Okay, next on our list. Wait, this is coming out after your whole book one comes
Yes.
out, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank God. Okay, so Grace, do you remember how Luke turns out in the end?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
thank God.
fucking
Okay.
do.
Okay. So next on our Luke is Luke.
Next on our Luke is Luke.
Hey, how do you guys say his last name?
Castellan.
Castellan.
You Castellan. Wait,
It's Castellan. I
It's
know.
so funny.
I know people with that last name. It's Castellan.
it's very funny
Never
because
heard it
when
said
I
out loud.
I haven't
when I
either.
listen to Of the Eldest Gods, Taylor and Charlie diverge in their opinions about how things should be pronounced quite frequently. And I always intensely agree with one of them, but it is 50-50 who I intend. It's like no one of
thanks.
you is better at pronouncing stuff than the rest.
I'm glad I get it right sometimes.
Something really got me recently. Like I was laughing so hard at it because I was like, there's no way this is pronounced that way. I can't remember. So I'll cut that out because that's not funny. I thought
Yeah.
maybe by the end of my sentence I would remember.
Yeah, no, the only reason I know, like, I went to school with people with that last name, like, spelled the exact same way.
Interesting.
So,
Oh,
like,
I gotcha.
I've always done Castellan, so,
Okay.
because of that.
I have a question on that. Like, this is
Okay.
probably a slight tangent. Most of the demigods, except maybe like Percy and Annabeth, have like last names that relate to their godly parents. And I'm just like, Luke, what? He just has a normal last
They
name.
have
too.
last names. I'm trying
Like
to
we have
think.
like Katie Gardner and Clarice LaRue.
Katie Gardner is so stupidly obvious. Well, I'm thinking of
Connor and
Beckendorf,
Travis
which to
Stoll.
me is
Yeah.
They stole.
okay. Stoll is stupid because gotta.
How does
No, like
LaRue-
if you look at the
Oh,
list
'cause
of all the campers,
Red.
like most of their last names have to do with whatever their godly parent is.
Clarice's last name is LaRue. I guess I never clocked that, but
The
that
red,
makes sense.
yeah.
When you first said LaRue, I was like, that can't be
I'm
Selena's
immediately
last
like
name.
Addie LaRue.
Selena
I'm like,
Beauregard,
that's all I think about.
you know,
Beauregard. Okay, so Gabe Ugliano. That's like the most. That's so fucking
Ugliano.
funny.
technically for
Wow.
Beckendorf, it's his first name.
Charles?
Yeah,
Oh.
Hephaestus, Char, Fire.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Come on.
okay.
I don't think he
Charlie,
did that on
okay.
purpose.
Okay,
I do
Charlie.
not think-
I
Charlie.
believe he did it on purpose.
No,
Yeah,
there's
I
no
believe
way
it
he
too.
did that one on purpose.
I think
I
That's
believe he did it
dumb.
on purpose.
That's too dumb.
So I noticed that no one has even remotely proposed any Hogwarts house for Luke.
Oh, no,
Okay.
I have very strong feelings about this.
I was
Okay, what is
influenced
it?
by Taylor on this.
I have
Okay,
no opinion.
let's
Can
hear
I-
it.
Wait. I have no opinion. I really can't decide. Grace, do you have any idea?
I really don't know. I was like between Gryffindor and Slytherin.
Okay, so I have very strong.
Lay it on me, Taylor.
I have him as a Gryffindor.
Okay.
He is the perfect example of a Gryffindor gone bad.
A fallen hero.
If you had pressed me, I would have said Gryffindor.
So,
Yeah.
so this idea of his whole thing is he wants to be brave. He wants to be the hero.
It reminds me of like in The Sorcerer's Stone when Harry's like, "I'll never join up with Voldemort," and it's like no one asked you to join up with Voldemort, babe. But it's like Luke did get invited to join up with Voldemort.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing is like, he's totally the example of, you have Percy who's an unwilling hero, but you have Luke who his whole life is, I must be a hero.
Yeah.
I need to be brave. A lot of these I talked over with Joe while I was doing it, and I was like, "Did these make?" Because at least the characters that like have similar-esque personalities in the movie, because Joe's not read the books, so
Oh, I got you. It's funny to me that you say that Luke is a Gryffindor gone bad because he's like, I need to be brave. I need to be the chosen one. Because the very last thing we covered on the podcast is Puffs. And the main character in that, Wayne, is a Puff. He's a fucking Puff. But the whole time his problem is, I need to be brave. I need to be strong. I need to be the hero. But in the end, he's just a Puff. And he like fights with his friends.
but
And that was always his destiny, you know? But it's
Luke
like, Luke,
is
that's
not,
the difference.
Luke is not
No,
like...
that's what I'm saying is like Luke's not a Puff, dude. Luke is a Gryffindor. He like, it's like, whoa, okay. All right, we maybe took this a little too seriously. Yeah, I agree with Gryffindor completely.
Yeah.
and he's also like a jock, and you know, like
Yeah, so am I.
A himbo. Oh my god, what Hogwarts house does anyone remember? Because I actually don't. I think he might be a Gryffindor. Cormac McLaggen.
Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Luke is Cormac McLaggen.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
yeah.
I could
Yeah.
see it.
It's like, yeah, he can have a nice, decent conversation, but like deep down, it's just no good. He's just no good.
All right, who's next?
Are we ready to move on to our queen?
the true godly parent of Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Sally is our queen. All hail goddess Sally Jackson. Most basic name, deeply ungodly name.
I love her.
Yeah, because Doris is a really godly name.
Listen, I love
Okay.
Doris.
I'm gonna come out strong. I'm gonna come out the gates swinging, and by swinging I mean offering hugs in the name of Hufflepuff for
Me
Sally Jackson.
too.
I think she trained her child to be a Hufflepuff,
Me
and they
too.
both have a better life experience because of it.
She's got big puff energy.
I'm gonna take the Ravenclaw route here. Sort of for the same reason, in that she's always been calculating how to protect Percy.
Okay,
and which
here's the thing.
is like protecting and stuff is part of Hufflepuff, but
here's the thing.
it's become her entire life. It's just like having to make these calculated ones.
Here's the thing. Does she take steps to protect Percy? Yes. But in the end, as soon as he finds out he's a demigod, I don't think this is a huge spoiler for the rest of the series. She never starts trying to enact like authority over him again. She's just like, well, you were a demigod all
That's
along.
that.
You were always gonna go on. So like to me, it's like the Hufflepuff in her that makes her trust Percy so much that he's 12 and he can just like pop home and be like, hey, I'm here. Oh, gotta go fight some monsters. And she's like, okay, love you.
Yeah.
I think my other thing is like her aspiration is to be a writer, which we do find out in the first book. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
so
Yeah.
like
Honestly, okay, you know how in Harry Potter it's like, Harry Potter was an unusual boy, and he was in his room with his muggle aunt and uncle, and it was the summertime, and he was looking out the window. The Percy Jackson equivalent of that is, I was chilling with my mom, and then some monsters came, and then I said, bye, Mom, forever, maybe, because monsters. And she said, I love you, I support you. And then I left to go fight some monsters. It's like, that's how every
so
single
much more
book
exciting.
starts.
I want you to rewrite the series. Just narrate it like you did. That's it. Just do that.
no matter your opinion about which book series is better, you have to say the Percy Jackson like opening is so much better.
Yeah, it is so much better. And also that specific voice I was using, Grace, I think, tell me if I'm wrong on this, but that's the voice that Haley uses to make fun of extra dumb people.
Yeah, but like a little more nasal, I think, in Haley's rendition. Honestly, like Sally Jackson just feels like a hug to me. So
Yes. The big homie huggy vibes.
She could even be a Gryffindor, like big Molly Weasley energy.
She's got Molly Weasley energy, but she seems
Yeah.
more puff side.
She's brave.
She's too I think she's too passive in comparison to Molly.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Okay, so I think Hufflepuff with just a sprinkling of Ravenclaw.
Yep.
All right, I don't even want to do the next person on our list.
You know,
Okay,
Talk to me.
Joe gave me the one for Gabe.
Okay,
What is it?
Wait, no, I have to give him his introduction.
Okay.
Big, fucking, ugly, stinky, sexist, probably racist, just an assumption, jackass, time-wasting, probably high cholesterol from all the chili. Was it chili that he requests? I think it was
I
chili.
think it was 7-layer dip.
7-layer bean dip.
Seven-layer dip.
dip.
That's even more higher cholesterol. Fuck this guy. I hope he
Gabe
dies.
Ugliano.
Gabe Ugly fuckiano.
That's a whatever Umbridge's house is. That's the house.
Here's the
She's
thing.
a
Are we allowed to say that he's a muggle?
I don't
Okay,
even want to
okay.
I
sort
straight up
him.
put muggle in all
I don't
caps.
even want to sort him. Yeah.
I actually said he was a squib because
Squib, because he has that vindictiveness.
his whole life would be like, damn, all these special things, I've got to be special, and I hate everybody
He
and
doesn't put
I'm
everything.
gonna be
into
special at poker.
He does not
Yeah.
put any effort into that. He's not. No.
He gives me like visceral. Men like that exist. I hate him so
No.
much.
He's
So,
very
like,
They
realistic.
do.
And I don't
No,
like
Grace,
it.
No.
they do.
No,
We don't know any, but they definitely exist.
the worst.
I
Gabe
totally.
fucking Ugliano, calling you a muggle is a gift because the alternative is that you're a squib. Fuck you. Let's move on to Chiron.
Fair enough.
Chiron I have as a Ravenclaw.
Me
Ravenclaw.
too.
And what
I
is
think
this?
I just think here's the thing.
Okay.
He's never like doing any actionable steps to like protect any of the hundreds of children in his care. There's no actionable steps. He's like, I'm sending you to do this. I'm sending you to do this. I'll train you to do this.
That's a
I'm not gonna
Ravenclaw
do it."
energy.
I'm just saying, he's the expedite. exposition dump. So like,
Wait, I guess you might be right, actually, Grace. He is the exposition. Okay. Wait, he's reminding me of someone. Give me a second. It's coming. Who's he maybe like he's like a little Flitwicky. He's a little Flitwicky.
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison.
yeah, Flitwick had a horse bottom. Just little Flitwick on top of a horse.
Flitwick would not know what to do if he
Which
was that tall
Flitwick?
suddenly.
Which
Flitwick? Gremlin Flitwick or Hitler hair Flitwick? Those are your two options. Okay, I'll accept Ravenclaw.
Yeah, he just talks like a Ravenclaw. That's the other thing. Like,
Did you say talks? Because the internet cut out a little bit and it's literally sounded like you said he fucks like a Ravenclaw.
I mean, he might. I don't
Definitely
know.
fucks like a Ravenclaw.
But
Oh my
yeah,
god, Grace made sexy eyebrows when we said
What?
that.
That's the only thing my eyebrows know how to do.
You thirsty for some centaur?
Maybe a little Firenze in his sexy garden classroom.
God.
A little Dan Radcliffe and Equus action.
Oh my god.
Oh
Did I tell you? And by you, I mean the podcast at large. And I think I mentioned this on our bonus episodes, but not on the main feed. But I recently was like, oh yeah, I remember being 13 and learning that Dan Radcliffe was in like a naked horse play. I'm going to Google that as a 30-year-old and get to the bottom of it. And I spent like an hour reading the entire synopsis of Equus in like excruciating detail, and it's like history about like Dan Radcliffe being in it and stuff. And like, I just like don't feel like I have any more of an understanding after like reading all of that. Equus is like a nonsense play.
I know nothing about it.
I also know nothing about it except for naked. That's all I know.
It's like about a boy who like loves horses.
That's it.
He's a brony?
And it's like
it's a horse
like,
boy.
There's like a therapist who's like, I think this is gonna get sexual, and then I think it does get sexual, and then he's like nakedly riding a horse, and that's pretty much all I remember. And I remember that Dan Radcliffe was 17 when he portrayed this character, but he went on record as a 17-year-old saying that it was okay because the nudity wasn't gratuitous. And
Oh my god.
I just have so many problems and questions, and maybe
I was
going to
ask if we could stream it, but now never mind. I take it all back.
Okay, so would I fuck a horse in Equus? No. Would I give
Is that the question
Chiron,
we were all asking?
would I give Chiron and or Firenze a chance? Yes, I would.
Oh my
I think that's fair.
I would.
Y'all
All
are
right,
monster
so
fuckers.
So Chiron is Ravenclaw. We're all happy with that.
Yes, he fucks like a Ravenclaw. We know this.
Fox like a Ravenclaw. There we go.
Here's the thing, like sometimes when it's too easy, I'm like, no.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I was like Chiron's Ravenclaw, I was like, but what if he wasn't?
Well, let's keep going. I think some of them are less easy.
I think that's true.
This next one I'm interested in. Clarice LaRue, I guess is her last name, which means the red.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Gryffindor.
I have Gryffindor too.
Gryffindor.
Yeah, Gryffindor.
Brooke, if you're out there, is LaRue correct? Well, I mean, her color's red. Also, she's really brave.
Yeah.
She's got big jock energy.
She has gigantic himbo energy.
Herbo.
And she just like, I don't think this is a spoiler either. She just like, I mean, her character develops, all these characters develop. And I think she really like grows into the Gryffindor role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I'm about to read something about her.
Oh, I think I know where you are then. Okay.
Yes, you do. Nothing. There's a lot
my
of McGonagall
God.
moments. I feel like I'm going to need y'all to beta listen to this to like gauge the spoilers that are happening because I'm just out of control.
I'm just trying
You're
to
fine
figure out
for
what to have you on for Last Olympian now.
The whole book.
Okay, good, because I'm like really passionate. I love this book series so much. That's Percy Jackson's a Hufflepuff. Okay, here's the thing. Reading Percy Jackson is like if I read Harry Potter, but Harry Potter made any choices that I would agree with. You know what I mean? It's like same basic character, but like Harry's all every choice Harry makes, it's like, what? No, that's not your dragon. No, that's not your fight. Like, why are you doing this? But Percy, every decision he makes, I'm like, I get it. No, I'm with you, babe. No, you're doing the right thing. I love and support you. You're my favorite son. All right, next on our list is Dionysus.
Dionysus.
Dionysus. Celine Dionysus. Here's a great time to announce, since this is the informal first episode of season 4. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the feed before. I don't know if our listeners know that I'm really invested in self-betterment. I'm always trying to make myself better, and specifically a better podcaster. That's a gift that I give to you, dear listeners, that I consistently try to be better. I swear to God, I'm doing my best. So for example, in our first and second seasons, I had a Post-it on my computer that said, "Don't scream." And if you go listen to our first 10 or so episodes, you'll remember why I had to have that Post-it. So now my Post-it for season 4, this is my goal. I'm going to share with you right now, kind of like a New Year's resolution, so everyone can hold me accountable. I'm going to read the Post-it verbatim. Don't laugh at your own jokes. Laugh karma. If you give out laughter when it's due, it will come back to you when you deserve it. That's laugh karma.
I always laugh at my own jokes because I'm the worst. So
someone's gotta.
Yeah.
It's because I laugh too much.
That's my logic. I need to fill the air.
Literally half our episodes are Charlie laughing.
No, it's the cutest sound in the
Wait,
world.
I love Charlie's
You do
laugh.
have an adorable
for
laugh.
For the record.
I'm trying to come to terms with the fact that me saying a joke and it not landing is genuinely much funnier than me saying a joke and pretending that people are laughing at it by laughing at it.
Just keep laughing and someone will join in.
That's the hope. And if you become a patron, you can hear in last month's bonus episode.
How many times have you plugged the Patreon this episode?
Because you get the whole back catalog that I just say what I consider to be a very good joke, and I paused dramatically for laughter, and Brooke was not permitting that.
Oh no.
I love Brooke. She tells you how it is.
She does. She's very honest.
Okay, what house is Dionysus?
The man, the myth, the legend.
I have 2 theories.
I have 2 for him too that I was.
I
What are your
I
two,
can be
Taylor?
swayed easily for this one. So
I have him as a Slitherpuff.
Slitherpuff?
Wow.
I was gonna say I almost gave him Ravenclaw. I think there's some Ravenclaw
what?
to him.
I was gonna say that's the one house he's definitely not.
Wow.
Okay. He's just nothing. No spoilers. It's fine. I think that Slytherin. I think. Okay. Here's the thing. What the fuck is a Slitherpuff? Let's break it down.
Yeah.
Because a Slitherpuff to me is absolutely fascinating. Name a person. I know we've talked about it before. Who is a Slitherpuff? Name one to me.
I gotta think if I can think of any.
I know it's hard. I know we've named them on the show before.
You put me on the spot, so it's hard to think of it.
Maybe I'll Google it.
I'm trying to think of real people who.
I'm looking around my room at all the fandoms if I can think of anything.
Slitherpuff, Harry Potter Reddit. Slithering. Oh, Reddit. Okay, no, this isn't helpful to me. I swear to God, we've talked about this. You see, this is fascinating to me that no one can even come up with an example of a Slitherpuff. Maybe even Mary Clay.
Yeah, I could see.
Or fucking Mary Payton also.
I was thinking
Mary
Payton.
Mary Payton's a better example.
Both are Marys at their core are Slytherins, but they, I think, have been just conditioned by the patriarchy to be cheerful, bubbly, friendly people. You know what I mean? And they both are deeply friendly people who are Slytherin core.
So I know Hufflepuff seems weird for Dionysus. I am aware.
He's
not a friendly person.
It's the wine thing. It's the wine thing. Wine is.
I think he's
Hufflepuff.
kind of a chill dude, but also he has no chill at the same time.
So that's a perfect reason why. If he could, his ultimate time is to be a full puff. That if he could be full puff and just chillax and live his life, he'd be great. But because he's a god, he's forced to be. He has the Slytherin side that he's forced into.
Okay.
I mean, I don't put that as Slytherin. I put it as Gryffindor. When he's going wild and crazy at parties, I would put him as Gryffindor.
But for me, it's not the party part.
I think. How do I say this? I think that any time that Dionysus acts like a Gryffindor, it's because I think it's because of like a Hufflepuff reason. Like I feel like he's trying to like fit in and like prove himself.
Fair.
I don't think he genuinely likes to be in the spotlight. He like absolutely is never looking to be the hero.
I think like
He just exists.
just based on his interaction with Percy in
He's
like
divergent.
the first book, I don't know. Like he's not welcoming. I think we can all agree.
He's
welcoming.
not the
he is
stereotype.
he's not a welcoming Hufflepuff.
No,
He's not the
exactly.
stereotype.
He's
But-
an introverted Hufflepuff until he's had a good drink, and then he's an extrovert.
Can I make a follow-up defense to my Ravenclaw thesis?
Okay.
I don't know, man. Madness is like neuroscience. I think he like understands brains, and he like understands, I think, like
You're getting really
Joey's
into
looking
this.
at me so funny. I just think Dionysus is a Ravenclaw.
I just thought of another Hufflepuff thing. He's always threatening to turn people into animals, and animals are such a
Dolphins.
Hufflepuff thing.
Dolphins.
Okay.
Sorry, a bottlenose dolphin. You have to.
Okay, so now I need to come back with another Ravenclaw thing. We're just gonna go back and forth until we run out of things. Diet Coke. That seems like a Ravenclaw thing, doesn't it?
No.
Okay.
No, that's fine. I guess I'm alone in that. I did feel that way.
You
that
know
Diet
what?
Coke.
I think he's just divergent because he's Dionysus and Grace, on our pod, Dionysus, we have figured out from our research into mythology that he is everyone.
Okay.
Literally.
Like-
Like, if you trace back his history, he is literally everyone.
He has connections to, like, the underworlds. Like, a lot of connections to the underworld. So he's kind of Hades. He's kind of Poseidon, because at one point Poseidon was, like, a god of the underworld. He's so
We did
many
find a
gods.
Zeus connection recently.
Yes, that's true. Because Hades is the Zeus of the underworld. Therefore...
No, there was something else.
Was there
No,
one
there
that-
was something else in a
Okay.
couple episodes ago, so I won't spoil it, because obviously Christina
There's just
hasn't
a
heard
lot
it
of
because it's not-
things. And he's also been Phanes and Zagreus, and
Yeah.
he's like 50 gods.
Okay.
So I think
Divergent.
he's just divergent.
I'm every woman. All right, next on our list is Aries.
I feel like
Gryffindor.
Aries is just standard Gryffindor. And
Yeah, like-
Standard
Yeah.
Gryffindor.
No thought, Gryffindor.
yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
Gryffindor.
no,
it's like the hat just goes on, and it's like Gryffindor. Go to the next
Yeah, the
person.
hat's like, yeesh.
It's like when Draco got sorted.
Yes, when Draco
Yes.
got sorted.
Honestly, in the movie during that part, the hat looked like it was like, ouch.
It's like
That kid
Slytherin.
looks like he would throw a glass of white wine in my face. I think that Aries could literally actually be the heir of Gryffindor.
I
you
think
know?
so too.
Or vice versa. I think like Godric Gryffindor could be a child of Aries.
Oh, no,
Yes.
definitely that.
Yeah. What are you trying to fight about it, bro?
Yeah.
All right. Next on our list is Hades, and I'm also
My-
interested
my
in this one because I'm
goddaddy.
having a hard time.
Tell me about my god daddy.
I'm your god daddy.
No, you're my pod daddy.
Oh wait, I am your pod daddy.
Wow.
So sorry. Wait,
Wow.
no. Honestly, everyone co-parenting is fine and it's easy, and don't let them tell you it's not.
My godly parent is actually Christina. Plot twist.
According to Sam, I'm the pod mom, so I didn't know, like, Christina and I had children.
Aw, that's cute.
That makes you sound like you're an orca with several babies.
That's
Mom.
fine.
Are we all orcas?
So
Is that it?
Hades, any opinion?
I want Charlie to go first on this one.
Charlie, you deserve to
He's
go
a
first.
Hufflepuff. Fight me.
I was gonna say Hufflepuff. I was gonna say Hufflepuff. Fight
me.
I have him as a Ravenpuff. I also have him with Hufflepuff.
He is
Ravenclaw
loyal
is gonna be my second.
to his wife till the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Grace, any thoughts?
No, 100% agree. No argument from me.
To spoil my Zeus and Poseidon, I have them as Gryffindor Slytherin cusps, which is the opposite of what I have Hades as Ravenclaw Hufflepuff. Because,
That
like,
explains a lot.
and the other thing is, Hades just is an intelligent god. Like, he
Yeah.
is very calculating, but he also pays his debts and,
Yeah.
like, is not a dick.
It's hard for me to say, like, is Hades ambitious? Is he not ambitious? Because I
No,
think,
he's just got
I
too
think-
much of a headache.
well, that's the thing, is he acts like he has, like, a lot of bitterness about not being, like, an officially recognized
He
Olympian
wants
on
to
the
be
Council of
included
12
with
Gods.
his family.
But like, I think he's that friend who wants to be invited but is gonna say no. You know what I mean? Like, I think that he is like kind of chilling down there, and he's like, I would not want to go anyway, but
like,
I'm gonna
still
pretend to be
invite me.
mad.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
the
Invite
introvert
me.
friend who's like,
Yes.
will you just invite me anyway? I want to be included.
Here's the thing.
Please?
Roll into Hades with a cup of tea, right? And maybe just like some
You
muffins
guys
and a fun video
understand
game.
why I identify as a Hades child now? Do you get it?
I get it.
So is that agreed? Is Hades a Hufflepuff? Is this agreed?
Yeah.
A Hufflepuff with Ravenclaw tendencies.
I'll go with that, yeah.
Interesting. All right. Next on our list is Medusa.
I have
That's
no
hard.
thoughts on this one.
Yeah, because we really only see her during like a fight. Like, and is she being like particularly clever? No, brave to the point of stupidity, I guess. Yeah.
Like,
So,
I don't know.
Grace, do you have an opinion before I share mine?
I mean, I was just listening to the Puffs episode, so I'm like snakes, slither, and that's it.
Well, that is exactly what I was about to say. Is like the imagery is hard to break
It's
away
hard to
from.
break away from that.
So that's funny
quickly.
because my position on her is not Slytherin.
Okay.
Okay, tell us.
Tell us more, please.
I have her as a Ravenclaw.
Okay,
Okay.
defend yourself. Fight to the death.
Sounds so threatening every time you say that.
Defend yourself.
So I was telling
Finish us.
I was telling Charlie, like, when I was doing these, I literally wrote down my gut reaction. And part of it is she's had to find a way to survive in a world with a god who hates her.
That's valid.
And while I don't think she's ambitious, she's just sort of trying to survive.
Doing her best.
She's
She runs
had,
a business, though.
and that's okay. She's smart with what she's done. She's ran a business to keep herself going and surviving, and she's made a she's made a semi good relationship with the underworld gods by creating this business. Because when we go to Hades, we see that Persephone does decorate her garden with her statues, so she does have allies.
I'm just thinking of Medusa and Persephone being like buds now. They go out and they get drinks. It's a great time.
Aw.
I love that.
Yeah.
So that's my Medusa theory.
Okay.
I like
Any
it.
other thoughts? My only thought was Gryffindor because we only get that one scene of her just like being a little too bold for her own good.
Yeah, you gotta read into the context.
Yeah, I'll accept Ravenclaw for Medusa.
I
Also,
like it.
mostly just because it's like I want women to succeed.
Yeah.
And the mythology canon takes a big old shit on Medusa, so I'm like, let's uplift her whenever
Yes.
we can.
That is
wait.
so true.
Okay. Oh wait, I have.
We shit on Athena a lot.
Charlie just had a vision like that's so Raven.
I had a vision. Does the face? Okay, so I just remembered.
Her weird,
so,
like, orgasm face. Sorry.
Wait, no, it's real that Raven's vision face is really close to an orgasm face.
So-
Sorry, carry on.
So there
My
are
wayward
like
Charlie.
things about Medusa, like her name meaning and like what her face symbolizes on like shields and stuff is protection. So you can make
Yeah.
an argument for Hufflepuff, maybe.
No spoilers, but I see.
It's not a strong argument, but it's
Okay.
just like there.
Yeah, like I think these are all so we've had a Ravenclaw argument, we've had a Slytherin argument, and a Gryffindor argument, and a Hufflepuff argument, right?
She's
There's a valid
divergent?
argument for all four. She's divergent.
Divergent.
It's so funny because like I don't think we've ever explained what divergent means.
Nope, we
No,
don't.
we
we're
all
not
know.
talking about. We're not
We're
talking about
never
Divergent.
explain it, please.
Never
Just
talk
keep
about
going.
Divergent. We don't talk about it.
I've been dumped. I've been lied to. I've been betrayed by people I consider to be my closest friends. But nothing has ever betrayed me more than the Divergent trilogy.
I won't read it based on that.
I love the first two books a lot, but the third book literally broke my brain.
No, exactly.
I've been betrayed. I read 12 books of Cirque du Freak, and then the last one, I was like, oh, fuck this. And then I gave away
Wait,
all
really?
my books.
Oh my god,
This was my favorite
I never
fucking
finished the
series.
series. I just read the first one or two. 12 is a lot to be invested
This was my
in.
favorite fucking series in middle school, and then I got burned by the last book, and I'm like, fuck that.
I have like a related question, and this is about to be like maybe the dumbest shit that's ever come out of my mouth, but like, does anyone know if a series of unfortunate events like ends in any kind of like reasonable way. Has anyone made it to the end of that series?
I've heard things.
I haven't.
I don't
either.
know if they're fully just theories or they're definitive
Interesting.
on how things end. I think they're on a
Justice
boat.
for the Baudelaires.
And that's how it ends.
Oh yeah. Oh,
but
that's how it ends.
I've heard theories that they might die, but I'm not sure.
Okay, Justice for the Baudelaires. I guess that's what
What?
we're covering after we're out of Harry Potter books. I need to know.
Something
Are
about
you okay?
there's a lot of weird things about riddles and stuff in that series, so I don't know. I've never read it. I just hear things.
I think I've read the first like 6 or 7,
Yeah,
and then I just in the past 20 years I never
Same.
have again.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fine. Okay, next on our list is
Procrusties.
Procrusties, aka Krusty. Just really quickly, Grace, I know you're in the process of rereading The Lightning Thief. Do you remember who this is?
I feel like this is someone that we run across like toward the end
In the mattress shop.
in the mattress shop.
It's like a little side quest that's not even a quest.
It is like a side quest.
Okay.
So it's okay if you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have an opinion about this.
I don't.
Taylor and I
super
have the
don't.
argument that he should not even be in there. There's just no reason for him to exist.
Your podcast made that stance clear, and I fully support it. But am I intrigued by the diversion? Yes. And to tell you the truth, in my head, he looks like, I think Krusty the Clown is his name from The Simpsons. I've never watched The Simpsons, but that character is ubiquitous.
Oh no, I say like I've never seen The
Valid.
Simpsons, but I know what Krusty the Clown looks like, and I legitimately that's how I think of Procrusties.
Okay, so we're all on the same page. That's who this character is. He acts in a nonsense way. I'd give him Squib.
If we do sort him into a house, I have him as Slytherin.
I have him as Ravenclaw.
A Ravenclaw?
Wow.
Sorry, I'm sorry. My voice just does that sometimes when I'm really upset. I'm so sorry.
So I have him as a Slytherin because his whole like goal in life was literally to like fuck with these people with his iron bed in like the original myth, and now his whole thing is like luring people in. That's his ambition in life. Like he's just
Wow.
and he's cunning enough to disguise it as a mattress store. Dude, people have to buy mattresses.
I just think he's really creative with how he likes to kill people. He likes to stretch them.
I don't think that is like Ravenclaw to me. Like, I don't. Wait, that was your stance? Was Ravenclaw?
Yeah, I think he just like he found a way to kill people and he's like, this is really
To me,
interesting
that's-
to me. I'm gonna do that.
This feels to me like a Gryffindor creativity and not a Ravenclaw
Yeah,
creativity.
I agree.
Ravenclaw creatives. Remember when Luna Lovegood paints her friends' faces on her ceiling? I just want to make it clear that I'm sorry that I am not a good enough painter to paint the 3 of your faces on my ceiling.
Wow.
But like I wish I
Rude.
could in like a demonstration of
The
true
worst.
friendship.
I'll never forgive you.
Like
honestly.
Luna fucking Lovegood.
Okay, so by the time this comes out, Charlie and I will have officially met you guys in person.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. A little behind the curtain. We're recording this 1 week
Before.
before the Catalina fucking wine mixer, which is my birthday party theme. And yeah, by the time this comes out, we will have met in real life. Having internet friends is so fun, dude.
So while we are there, we will figure out a way to paint our faces on your ceiling.
We're gonna do it.
Yo, that'll be our like wine drunk activity. It's good to have like an activity for everyone to like bond together over.
They'll be like stick figures. That's what it'll be.
That's all I know how to draw. It's perfect.
Or maybe I'll just put out the coloring books instead. It'll be fine.
No.
I imagine that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, because Charlie doesn't drink, so
I'll
we'll
just
all
be
be
there.
like falling over.
You know, Brooke doesn't drink either, so
Yeah, that's true.
she can be your interpreter. Because Brooke is very tolerant. She hangs out with us so fucked up. And she's always so sober. And sometimes she gets more sober by asking for coffee. And I'm like, you want to be coffee right now when we're all wine? That's like, she's like, she's so strong, dude.
I admire.
Me too.
Same. I want to be her when I grow up.
Me too.
Okay. Wait, so what was the verdict for Krusty
Okay,
the Krab?
I will
I don't
give
care.
it to Taylor for a better argument.
Okay.
Wait, which one was, you said Slytherin?
I was trying
Okay,
to think
all right,
outside the box.
That's okay.
Yeah,
No, I appreciate
so
it.
even like the villain people, so think like Ares. I don't normally go with like the villain trope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tend to, at least. for Krusty, it just worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. All right, it's Zeus next. Say his name softly.
Names
Because he,
have power.
He doesn't know my podcast yet,
Fuck
so I
Zeus.
actually don't want to attract his attention over here. Okay, so I mean, my instinct is that Zeus is a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
So I had a
Because-
really hard time choosing between Gryffindor and Slytherin for both him
I
and
totally
Poseidon.
agree.
Like,
I
both him
totally
and
agree.
Poseidon, I was just like,
I want to just be like, he's an asshole, so that works for either Slytherin or Gryffindor to me.
Yeah.
I think he has a bullheadedness that is not very Slytherin. It's like way more of a Gryffindor, just like barge in and figure it out later, including / barging with your dick. You know
He
what
also
I mean?
has a very, we're not talking about this, let's go do
Yeah.
something else, which, that feels
He's
kind of
just-
Slytherin-ish
he's-
to me, but like,
Okay. To me, it feels.
Interesting.
To me, it feels maybe like himbo-ish.
no, he's not
I don't
nice enough
know.
to be a himbo. The thing about
Yeah.
himbos, they have to be nice.
No, you're completely right. Why do I keep saying no before, like when I'm trying to agree with people?
No, yeah.
No, you're
no,
completely
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the verdict? Grace, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I say Zeus is Gryffindor. That's just my thought.
But I would accept Slytherin.
I
think,
would
as
accept.
well.
It's like two ends of the spectrum, you know.
He gets to choose his house.
Yeah, exactly. He's either like a really like rambunctious Slytherin or like a really shitty Gryffindor.
So at the beginning, when I expressed that I had like my own version of these notes, what I meant was that I had highlighted these things in different orders. So Zeus is like half green, half red to represent.
that's
oh, I
Right.
like that.
You know, so there are a lot of half situations happening in my notes. I just want everyone to know. So
I actually sort of like that.
Awesome.
I'm jealous.
Grace, you should share your notes with me if they're cute.
I do not have cute notes.
Okay, so what do we think about Poseidon?
I have the same issue as I had with
I
Zeus, to be
say-
honest.
More leaning towards Gryffindor for that. I don't know.
Yeah, I leaned more towards Slytherin with Zeus and more Gryffindor with Poseidon, so yeah.
okay.
He's got such daddy energy.
Well,
He is your godly parent, so...
I was trying to decide like who would be more of like the water sign.
Well, I'm a water sign and a Hufflepuff, so I tend to try to claim everything to do with the water as my own. But I know it's not that way. Because I know a bunch
well,
of...
Hufflepuff isn't water. That's Earth.
No. Okay.
Yes.
If you listen to our Patreon bonus episode about houses and horoscopes, you can hear me talking about how I'm claiming water signs in the name of Hufflepuff.
My dude, I'm a water sign, and
I'm not even talking
Slytherin.
about like water
No.
signs. I'm just like, if you equate the houses to like the elements, Hufflepuff
yeah.
is Earth
All
and Slytherin
no,
is water.
I do agree with that. All I remember is Grace being like, "Well, I think we can all agree that Ravenclaw's water."
Nope,
Ravenclaw.
Slytherin's water.
I
Is
think I
air.
said that.
Yeah, Ravenclaw's air.
Wait, no, I'm shutting it down because this isn't. We've talked about this. We've had a definitive podcast answer before.
The colors even match the 4 elements.
Colors are meant to be mixed up.
They are.
Okay, so wait, so are we giving Zeus Slytherin and Poseidon Gryffindor?
I guess.
we can
Is
do
that just
that.
because one of them is evil and one of them is good?
And then Hades is a Hufflepuff. And I
I
don't.
mean,
and
that's
Ravenclaw
fine.
is just nowhere to be found.
No, Athena.
She's
steps
not the
up.
big
She
three.
can be very
Yeah.
Slytherin.
I'm saying the big three are all dumb.
Can I request that we do one of these bonus episodes like again after like book 2 or 3
Oh.
to talk about like the new characters?
Oh,
that we've met since
Charlie
then?
and I have actually talked about that, doing it like after 3 or 4.
I would love to. Okay, let's do Kerberos, Echidna, and Doris Jr. and call it. Does that sound good?
All right.
Can we not sort? I don't feel it feels weird sorting animals.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say like obviously Hufflepuff.
I was
Okay, well, we'll say If we were to sort Cerberus would be a puff.
Yeah.
He's the
A lot
goodest
of
boy.
dogs are puffs.
I just wanted to say the Lotus Eaters are obviously Hufflepuff. That's
I also have the Lotus Leaders
Because
Eaters as
drugs.
puffs.
Is it because drugs?
yes,
it is because
very
drugs.
much.
I'm gonna respond to that by grumpily hitting my microphone and grumpily hitting my pipe, which is legal for me to be smoking in the state of Virginia.
Christina, are you a Lotus Eater? Do you want to be a Lotus Eater?
The episode of My Cabbages that came out a couple weeks ago
A month?
about the
So
about a
it
month
came
about a
out
month
on
ago.
July 15th. Just say the date, y'all.
Wait, you're right. It did come out today. They were talking about that's the one where Sokka's drinking the cactus juice, right?
Yeah.
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 So it's all thematically connected. Okay, and then Echidna. Any thoughts, feelings?
I just
I
want to say
have her as a
Slytherin.
full Slytherin.
I mean,
What? Because she's evil? Is it guys? We have to check our privilege and we have to check our prejudices.
also snakes.
Oh no, mostly it's because she's ambitious as fuck. Like
Yeah.
she's like taking advantage of situations where Zeus is actively letting her use her powers for once.
And isn't she the mom to like a million?
You could say she's
monsters?
ambitious because she's like, I'm gonna make all of the monsters. Like,
Yeah, she's
that's-
like-
Yeah.
she's-
my
Okay.
job.
Oh, that is
Her
okay.
title is literally Mother of Monsters.
Okay. All right. And so now our last one on the list is Doris Jr.
Which is a
AKA
joke for of the Eldest Gods fans.
She's not as good as Doris Sr., we will say.
Oh
She's
yeah,
not a good-
obviously.
But Doris Jr., she's not a Ravenclaw, that's for sure.
Well,
No.
here's the thing. So, like, the notes for this are the Nereid who looks like Sally. And to me, we said Sally was a Hufflepuff or maybe a Gryffindor.
We ended up
and
with
to-
Huff.
Full Puff. It seems to me, like, it just feels the same to me. So I'm like, Puff.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to claim everyone in the name of Puffs. More people should be Puffs. It's a good way to live.
I like how you were like, we need more puffs in the Discord, and I'm like, there are less Slytherins than anybody.
Yeah, there's like 4
Interesting.
of them.
Here's the thing. I know more Slytherins in my real life who won't fuck with Discord because they
'Cause
got
it's-
other shit to do.
Me, the 2 Marys, and
My brother Ryan and Sean.
well, are they on the Discord actively?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, I'm
saying
trying to figure.
they ain't got time for that shit.
I'm trying to remember who the other.
There's
Slytherins.
you, there's Mary Clay, there's who else?
It's the
Shout
2
out time.
Claire.
This
Oh my
is
God.
a shout out.
Claire.
I forgot Claire. Yeah,
Wow,
so it's
rude.
me, Claire, and the 2 Marys.
Interesting.
Oh, and Adele.
Oh, Adele is also a Slytherin.
Yeah.
That tracks. Adele, I would say, dramatic update. I would say that Adele is a Slitherpuff.
Oh yeah, most
Me
definitely.
too.
Yeah.
So
We found another one.
people who are listening to our show, Adele was on for one of our Pride eps, talking about queer myth retellings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Adele's been on an episode of the restricted section, but I didn't make a note of it because I didn't know she would organically come up in conversation. Damn it, notes befuddled me again. That me being befuddled, that seems like a good place to end this episode. Does anyone have anything left to say? Like any celebrity shots of like sorting Percy Jackson characters into Hogwarts houses?
I feel like we didn't mention this at the top of the episode, but the day this comes out is gonna be Percy Jackson's birthday.
I would love to interject at this time and tell you listeners that tomorrow is Charlie's birthday. Tomorrow, August 19th, is Charlie's birthday. They and Percy are both Leos. So if you know Charlie, reach out and tell them happy freaking birthday, babe. Well, except I don't know. I mean, if you don't know them very well, don't call them babe. You can just call them Charlie, or like Charlemagne is like a good backup. I personally will be saying happy birthday, babe, but like at your own discretion, whatever name you feel is most appropriate. Happy freaking birthday, Charlie.
So
Happy birthday!
Oh my God. Yeah, happy freaking birthday to my favorite son. Frankly, I've never been more proud in my life. I love you, and the journey you've been on is so beautiful to me. Okay.
I like how of your children you chose the fictional one.
Are you talking about my cats?
No, I meant like us.
Okay. So
yeah, we're not even your favorite. Percy is.
I love you guys. Wait, guys, I love you guys too.
Tell us your favorites.
It's okay. My mom's favorite children are the dogs, despite having 10 kids.
One time I was fighting with an old boyfriend and his mom came out and got into it. And he was like, shut up. You shouldn't act this way just because you hate your kids. And she was like, that's not true. I love Christina. But it was his mom. It's one of my favorite stories. All right. Let's wrap it on up. Wait, how do we end these episodes? Do I just move into plugs?
What are we
Grace.
doing?
Yeah.
Grace,
Yeah.
Where can people find you on the internet? What are
Wow.
you doing? Who are you supporting? You can pass if you want
Who
to.
am I?
You can pass if you want to. You can leave your plugs behind.
Okay. Well, I haven't posted on Instagram in like 10 years. Okay.
No,
cool.
okay.
Um,
Grace, what have you been watching, reading, playing, listening to recently that you would recommend?
I would recommend a book that I just finished the other day. It's called The Silent Patient.
Wait, you would
I
recommend
honestly
it?
would recommend
I've heard
it.
really good things about that. So.
No offense, I'm calling you out.
I'm gonna call myself out.
You've been reading that for a long fucking time.
It took me a long time to read it, and that is not a reflection on the book, but a reflection onto my mental state.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a mood.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But it was really good. Like, I probably had like half of it left, and I finished it really quickly because the payoff at the end, I would say, is really good. So, The Silent Patient, if you haven't checked it out yet, I would say do it. It's worth it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I do respect all. There's certain people in the world where I'm like, I'll read anything this bitch tells me to read. You know what I mean? And it's always it's always a gal pal.
I
trust you.
was hesitant about that book, and now that you've recommended it, I'm like,
I would recommend it. It's like Christina pointed out, it did take me a long time to read.
Some books just be
But
that way.
it just be that way, and like, yeah, I think that in the end, I would definitely recommend it.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much. I feel like I just said thank you so much. Am I like defaulting into just being like, thank you so much?
Thank you so much.
Taylor, will you please tell everyone about Of the Eldest Gods just one more time as a reminder?
Yeah, you can catch us every Thursday on the Movie Night Crew Network. Haha. Wherever you get your podcasts. You can find us at Of the Eldest Gods Pod on Instagram and just Of the Eldest Gods on Twitter because they don't like long names. And then
Indeed.
If you want to send us an iris message, you can send it to oftheeldestgodspod@gmail.com. And yeah, you'll be able to hear Christina and Grace on tomorrow's episode of The Eldest Gods, where we are
I'm so excited.
sorting Harry Potter characters into the houses.
Or not the houses, the cabins.
Or the cabins.
to the cabin. Those are houses.
The words. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Taylor from Cabin 6. Just the number at the end. And then on Twitter at Historical Femme. That's FEMME.
Linked in the show notes.
Yeah. I was still surprised that I was able to get that despite only getting a Twitter 2 years ago. So
It's beautiful.
I'm very, very proud of it. Yeah, so that's where you can find me. Also in the Discord. Discord.
Yeah. Become a patron of any Movie Night Crew podcast to as little as $1 a month gains you access to our Discord server, which is a fun place to be.
Okay, for this, I'll plug Big Brother.
Oh, indeed.
I don't watch a lot of reality TV, but it's just so dumb and
neither.
so funny.
It's so
And
dumb.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy with what CBS has written into their contracts now with all their shows. If they are reality shows, at least half of the cast has to be a person of color. So
That's awesome.
For the first time ever, 8 of the 16 house guests are people of color. There's never been a black winner on Big Brother, so it's pretty groundbreaking. So by the time this comes out, it's going to probably be in jury. But this was the first eviction tonight while we're recording.
Wow. Indeed. Thank you for your recommendation. Charlie, will you please tell the listeners about Phantom's Gone Wrong, which we haven't even talked about this episode so far?
Well, I mentioned it like once. I think I did. Yeah.
Mention it again.
Yeah, Phantom's Gone Wrong is a podcast I do with my mother. We talk about movies and books and TV shows, basically anything that we want to, just things we like. We just talk about them and we argue a lot. It's great.
It is great.
You guys can find us. We're at Fandom's Gone Wrong Pod on Instagram and Facebook, Fandom Gone Wrong on Twitter, And we have an email, phantomsgonewrongpod@gmail.com. Yeah.
Indeed. And what about yourself?
I have such a long list of things.
You got it.
Most of my things on the internet for me are Green Pixie 12, except for Twitter, because somebody stole that. I'm at Green Pixie.
The person doesn't even use Twitter.
I know. I
It's
sometimes
infuriating.
check to be like, are they gone yet? Can I steal this? But Twitter, I'm at Green Pixie 123. I sometimes do the YouTube thing. I should get back on that. Somebody yell at me to do that again. I'm at Charlie Mac. That's MACK.
Linked in the show notes.
And
what have you been watching, reading, playing, listening
I
to?
had to think of plugs just now because I did not write down plugs for once. I always write down plugs. But today, in fact, I went to go see Black Widow with my buddy Steven.
Ooh.
And it was great. And now I have my new favorite MCU character, which is Yelena.
That's a good endorsement.
Played by Florence Pugh. She's great.
Aw.
That is a gorgeous woman.
Yeah.
She's just amazing. And I just love her. That's it.
That's the plug. So I've been your host, Christina. You can wait. Did I get everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yourself.
Okay. I've been your host, Christina. So I've been your host, Christina. You can follow me on Instagram at Christina the Con. You can follow me on Twitter at Christina Con. I used to be able to say these so quickly. I'm out of practice. I got to warm up like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. You can follow me on TikTok at Sprouts Private Stash. And also check out all of the other lovely podcasts on the Movie Night Crew Network. There's several good ones and maybe more someday also. And it's just
There's
a good place to be.
several good ones and then ours.
No,
And then mine.
no.
Not
Yours
to
is
be
leading
this
the good
way,
ones.
But one of Christina's TikToks just went viral.
Whoa. It did. It was a writing tip.
Yeah.
I'll link on the show
And we
notes
love
also.
them.
We
So
love
much.
to see it.
A lot of
so
people loved
good.
it. It was bonkers.
Sprouts
It was
Private
amazing.
Stash.
Yeah. This week I'm going to recommend a book I just finished reading called Shakespeare for Squirrels by Christopher Moore. Christopher Moore is an absurdist writer, an absurdist novelist that Grace introduced me to. Is he absurd? Yes. Are his
Yes.
books absurd? Yes.
Yes.
And this book was literally a Midsummer Night's Dream, but like there's like
Squirrels.
a random like Bilbo type character just like thrown into the midst of it, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" I didn't ask
That
for
feels
any of
very
this.
on brand for Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, and there are squirrels. For sure, there's squirrels. I recommend it. It's a great book for anyone who likes Shakespeare and wants to poke a little fun at it. Well, gang, that's the end of the episode. I'm so glad that we got the opportunity to kick off season 4 like this with like a little surprise for our listeners. I told you it was going to start on September 1st, but it's starting today.
You
It's starting
liar.
today.
Just kidding.
Honestly, like I went on a hiatus for mental health purposes, but I've been missing the podcast intensely this whole entire
She's been
time. So I'm
begging
really
everybody,
ready.
Put me on a pod. Put me on a pod.
Literally on like Twitter and stuff.
And I have some guest spots scheduled soon, so just watch out for that. But I'm just so excited to get back into it because I fucking love this podcast. I love talking with my friends about nerd shit. Thanks to you, some of my most beloved friends, for coming to talk to me about what Hogwarts houses the Percy Jackson character is going to. Thanks for bringing your cast to my show.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, someone respond
love
verbally.
you.
Respond verbally.
Thank
I
you
love
for
you
having
so
us.
much.
Sorry, I forget
so
that my
good.
facial expressions don't come over in audio.
Yeah, she forgets
We're-
that a
we're all
lot
doing great.
when she gives me evil faces.
Normally, Charlie narrates my facial expressions.
I do, in fact. But there's a lot of faces to look at, so I can't do that.
They're making precious faces. We're all making precious faces. And we're going to just envision that in your brain. Close your eyes and envision our beautiful faces.
The Restricted section was created and hosted by me, Christina Kahn, based on the book series by J.K. Rowling. All music by Ryan Kahn. Logo by Michael Hardison. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at RestrictedSectionPod or shoot us an email at restrictedsectionpod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your thoughts, feelings, complaints, conspiracy theories, or lavish praise.
So I'm at the part.
So you're almost to the part.
No. Shit, I thought I really when I saw
I also say it.
honey, I am literally the very last thing I read was when
Okay.
That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.